Hello and welcome to another Raggy's craft beer review over in the tap room on a glorious day, lovely sunny day today. Son's car passed his driving test, so after scrapping my BMW last week, which absolutely killed us. Um, anyway, so today we're over to good friends of the Raggy Beer channel. They befriended me and after doing reviews of their beers, and that was a lovely gesture. Two cracking blokes, Michael and Nigel, and their respective family. Um, Big massive congratulations to Melissa and Michael on the birth of their baby. You know, hope that everyone's well, all your family, and Nigel and Esther, and to their little lady as well, a little wave. And Baggy's Beer Reviews, a normal person doing beer reviews, not someone trying to be something more than what they are. Um, so, this is a bourbon barrel aged Belgian quad. What's a Belgian quad? No idea. So it's called the Monks of Lawrenceburg, and it's 11.2%. These guys are doing some amazing barrel aging, and they are what a craft beer brewery should be. They're doing stuff, they're pushing boundaries. There are lots of breweries across the UK, locally and across the UK, who call themselves craft beer breweries. And without being pedantic or awful to them, there's them that are and there's them that are. And you know what I'm getting at. So anyway, like beer reviewers. So there are people in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, that think drinking wild turkey bourbon is like a religious experience. After the best part of a year in wild turkey barrels, we think this Belgian quad is exactly that. The aromas and flavours of bourbon are truly heavenly, with notes of chocolate and dried fruit so intense it's like they have been delivered by the angels themselves. Amen to the elephant gods. You are forgiven for your sins. Brewed and canned at Bang the Elephant in Langley Mill, Derbyshire. 11.2%. Best before April 2025, so good date on the can. It ain't lasting that long. No, it's going tonight. So there's the can. Here's the beer. Here's the glass. Emperor's Brewery. Good friends, really good friends to Bang the Elephant. They brew out of the same. Damon, brews occasionally some beers out of their brewery, like a cuckoo brew. Although I wouldn't want to say that to his face. He's a big bloke. And if rumours are correct, wow. Oh, it's going to be an interesting year going forward. Can't say any more. Won't say any more, but could be interesting. Oh, so the bourbon on the nose is already, from this distance, really showing up. And if there's something I've learnt this year, I know these guys can make some amazing beer. I've had their beer, a lot of beer on cask and keg just recently. But pubs are listening to me, you know. And why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you listen to somebody who drinks, a fair amount of beer, does a lot of reviewing, and you speak to pubs and you say you need to get some of that Bang the Elephant beers in. Yeah, but we don't know them. Go check my reviews. It's as simple as that. Yeah, I'm not lying. I don't lie about beer reviews. I can get what I say across in a way that you'll know what I'm saying. Um, Not every beer is for everyone. We don't always get the flavours in every beer. It's a God given. None of us are perfect. Me far off. No, I wouldn't have gone and bought a BMW 2 years ago. I had a hell 3 years ago now, but anyway, here we go. So, waste not, want not. Oh, bless you. So it's a neon black pour. It's a very light tan head on this. I remember the first time I went to the brewery. I don't often go to breweries for beer because I do beer reviews, but I don't impose myself on any breweries. I don't do it to any brewery. I'll chat with them on social media, but I don't go around badgering them or whatever. But there was some new beers come out, and Adventure Beer, who I did get it off this time, it was a bit slow at the time, so I wanted these beers. I think it was some barrel-aged tequila sours, to be fair. And I went round after work, and that was the first time I tasted the non-barrel-aged Belgian quad. Bloody hell, it was strong. And then he had a couple of other bits. On the way home, I'm thinking, oh dear. Rocking, yeah. I was rocking, missocking. But anyway, so here we go. Let's dive in. I have a real appreciation for the barrel-aged stuff. I'm salivating here, smelling lovely. The bourbon that's kicking in is absolutely fine. I mean, locally, for me, we have 3 breweries that have made some exceptional barrel-aged beers. All 3 of them are at Nottingham Craft Beer Festival this year. One called Neon, who need to get their backsides into gear and do a collaboration with Bang the Elephant. One called Alter Ego, who have they done a collaboration with Bang the Elephant? They may have done. I might have forgot. But 3 amazing breweries, and epitomising what the modern craft beer brewery, proper craft beer brewery as well, is all about. And wow. So anyway, let's have a taste. Certainly getting the bourbon on the nose. There's like a sweetness in the bourbon. That's not an imperial stout. I've never come across a bourbon barrel aged Belgian quad before. And you know, there's a thing about that. You're a craft brewery. There are craft beer breweries here and in America and so forth around the planet. But you look at the ones that are doing stuff that nobody else is doing, you know, pushing those boundaries. And yeah, everyone can release beer. I can release beer. But there's stuff that's being done. And, you know, hence why the fella here, they get on so well. Because, you know, he's seeing what they're doing, and, you know, he's obviously liking what they're doing, and they're really good friends. And obviously, and I'll go back to 2021 to the Nano Brew for the Robin Hood Beer Festival. There was a seed sown then, and maybe before then, but certainly then, where, although Emperor's Brewery wasn't there that day. Lazy Bay Brewery, I'm not sure if they're still going. I've never seen one of their beers in the open, never. Unless it's been at a beer festival. So I'm not sure if they're still going. But at that place, Alter Ego were there, Urban Chicken were there, Reckless Dweeb were there, Linear Brewing Company were there, Vaguely Brewing was supposed to be there, but it didn't show up. Fire Rock Brewing Company were there, Place to Brew were there, Ragged Beers was there, half drunk. Snenton Cider Company were there. Nottingham Cameras young members were there, and a couple of the old fellas as well. Bird Eyed Micropub. Simon, the original Blue Monkey head brewer, was there. It's Simon. Apologise if I get anybody's names wrong. I'd had a drink that day. 7:30 in the morning. 13% Lumières. Oh my gosh. Yes. Fell asleep in the car on the way home, got a bollocking, as you do. But it was a great day, mind. And since then, Um, what happened then was these breweries, and pray to God I've not forgot anybody off that list, because I got the wife to make that cake. See that cake for the Nano Brew Day, and I asked Mrs. Raggy to do it, and just double checking that they were all there. Yeah, and there's a picture of a barrel with somebody flat out on the floor. Pretty much what it was like for some of us at the end of the day. Beast and Hop. My gosh, nearly forgot me good mate. I can't zoom in on the photos, but yeah, they're all there from the day, and it was an amazing day. And obviously, Place to Brew now. The lads from Place to Brew, the big fella there and the little fella on the floor, they are now at Magpie, and this bond of modern brewers, that it's not an age related thing, it's just the fact that everyone's in that modern frame of mind, and friendship from that, and then the friendship from that has moved on from that. And Nottingham's breweries, and Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire, the breweries have combined so much and playing really well with everybody, and it really has. And the community, I've seen the best of the community. I don't know what happened before, in years past, but what I've seen since, there's been some greatness, and long may it continue to survive, for the brewery industry to survive, not only this storm but future storms, playing together, joining together to create an experience that brings people back to the pubs, that brings people and think, shall I have a takeaway at home and spend a lot of money on a bloody takeaway, trust me, or shall I go out to the pub, have a few beers in the pub, have a bit to eat in the pub, maybe spend more than I was going to spend on the takeaway, or probably not, 40 quid for a McDonald's, wow, it's crap food anyway. Or go to a pub, have some nice impy stouts and whatnot, and get out there and socialise. That's what I've been doing for the last year or so now. Met new friends, and more friends coming in, and it's like a big family of people who appreciate good beer. And and sometimes it's nice on these beer reviews where I can open up and chat about beer, the beer world. I mean, I only know locally, so for people who say, all you go on about is Nottingham, well, I don't live in Manchester, I don't live in Leeds, I don't live in Bristol. There are other beer reviewers who live in them areas who talk about what they know. I know what I know in my area, which is not being awful to those areas, because there are some amazing breweries all across the country. But I know this area. I know these brewers for as much as I know, at least, and as much as they'll divulge. Although I don't stick my nose in too far, unless they want me to divulge, or they're willing to share information. Then yeah, of course. One is a gardener. I sow seeds, and yeah, I'm good at sowing seeds. Trust me. Although the seeds don't come to fruition most of the time. It's like being at work. Some mouse has gone through and ate them, or the birds have chopped them up. But hey, I try. So, all about the bourbon on the nose on this. It's big, it's boozy, it's malty. You do get a Belgian vibe. Esters, banana coming through. Oh, and I'm going to get a bollocking when I walk up the house. I just hope it don't hit me too hard. Do I drink the old can? Hell bloody yes. Yeah, it's a Monday night, but hey ho, is what it is. I'm Raggy's beer reviews. I'm not Raggy's cola reviews. Have some dinner when I get up the house. Yeah. But I work hard to treat myself from places like Adventure Beer, who support Bang the Elephant, as I do. you support the people who are local, and I support further afield. I try not to go to the supermarkets too often these days, and when I can support local, I do. You know. But not only that, when I see what these guys do, and I see what Damon, Emperor's Brewery, does, and the other brewers around us, and I think to myself, okay, you can do it. I can bloody do it. I'm sure I can do it. I mean, yesterday I brewed a sticky toffee imperial stout. Got it from Brew Day Supplies. Brilliant. If you're thinking about going into all grain, the guys there are legends. Really helpful, lovely guys. Monty likes his beer, and likes his hangovers as well. But heyo, we all like hangovers, don't we? But yeah, amazing beers, and I hope they do another collab with the likes of Bang the Elephant, or even an Emperor's Brewery collab on the all grain. That would be something, Damon, if you ever watch this. That would be something that's not too expensive, but big. Something where it can be up to 14 or 15% done on a small kit. And I know you can do it on a small kit because I read what it said yesterday on your own thing. But price isn't the thing. It's I want to brew an Emperor's Brewery beer collab with Brew Day. That would be something, wouldn't it? It would. And I myself, like yesterday, I brewed the Imperial Stout yesterday. It's come out at, I think it was about, if it goes to fruition, it should be between 11 and 11.5%. So it's a big ABV. Although I think I need a better hydrometer because you can't see the bloody numbers at the bottom properly. Or a digital hydrometer. Is there such a thing? I don't know. Never had it. No idea. That'll be easier than prattling about looking at flipping digits. But I had it downstairs and it's not done out, and I've took it upstairs into the loft, into the airing cupboard upstairs, which is basically my wardrobe, and it's bubbling away ferociously now. Yeah, I'm not getting no sleep tonight. Good thing it's behind two doors, so I don't have to hear it. So really getting the boozy factor from this. Don't ever drink a beer like this in 5 minutes. You'll see other beer reviewers on YouTube. They'll do a beer review. It's 4 minutes long. Yeah, I've done my beer review, and I love the guys. But a beer review is this sort of thing is never done in 4 minutes. Air's got to get to it. It's got to breathe. It's like a fine wine. Barrel aged. It's like a bloody whiskey, but in beer form, or bourbon in beer form. We don't neck that much in a whiskey in one go. Although technically I have done, but yeah, I was not well at the time mentally. Oh, I've got to say, I absolutely love the barrel aged stuff, and what a wallop it gives you. I'm definitely, it's definitely enticing me to push boundaries and maybe buy some. I can't afford to go buying bloody barrels because it's too expensive. But I do want to get like a little 20-litre barrel, and but I'm conscious of how much the wood soaks up the beer, because if I'm being honest, if the wood's soaking up the beer, I'd rather drink the beer than the wood soaking the beer. You know what I mean? You get me, you. Although maybe putting and doing, playing around with it and doing like a sherry aged, a whiskey aged, a cognac aged. I mean, using like Audi cognac or something. I'm not going too expensive, God, I'm a gardener, not bloody rich. But you get what I'm saying about doing, and maybe if if you knew the right people. It's all about in any industry. It's about knowing the right people. If you know the right people, you can get a couple of litres of Glenfiddich for nothing. And I wish I'd have got the details of the Glenfiddich person who when I worked at Sainsbury's, who did the talk. And I mean, 13 different whiskies, and I only spat one out. The rest of them I drank. Job's a good one. Then I drank four or five champagnes, and then I went up for another glass, and then I drank a load of beer, and then I had a bottle of wine on the way in, and a bottle of wine on the way home. God knows how I was still standing. That was a day of legend proportions. And then another day you can go out, have 3 pints, and you're bladdered. Never worked that out. If you're watching this, we've all had days when we've drank just stupid amounts of beer, and we're fine. And yeah, obviously we've drank a load, so obviously we're a little bit tipsy and all that, but we're fine. And then there's other days you'll drink, like I say, 3 or 4 pints, you're battered, you've probably been sick, and it's like, why? And I'm reviewing this now, and I just hope that one, I don't wind the wife up when I go up the house, because these things happen, you know, red card. It's sat there. It's always sat there to remind me that there's a red card possibly around the corner. And she'll be expecting something, because if she didn't, I don't think she knows that these are big beers. I tell you what, do you know, the day that these guys opened their own tap room, and it's about bloody time they did, I think they'll have one of the best tap rooms going. Yes, I may be slightly biased because I like the guys, I like the brewery, but I also know what they're going to bring to the party. They're going to bring a range of beers across every style. They're not bringing and I need to be very careful if I say out to pee people off, but they're not bringing out similar boring beers. They're bringing out beers across all styles. Not all beers sell well. Not all people appreciate different styles of beers, but people will try. And what these guys have got with their respective rafts is personality, and with their helpers and that. I mean, imagine doing beer reviews, raggy beer reviews, down over it. If it ever happens, I bang the elephant tap room or live on YouTube. Yeah. And one of these days, I need to get off my backside and start with interviewing brewers and asking questions, and get to know the brewer, not just me, but the public. And because I feel that the big breweries, they've already had that. It already happens. These mega mega subscribers channels do that. But before they get superstardom, maybe me having the first poke at the tree, as it were. But you never know. We'll see how it goes. So 23 minutes in. This has been a long beer review. Do apologise. I couldn't drink that any faster if I tried. Yeah, it's hitting home massively. I've only had one other beer tonight. It was 6%, but still. The bourbon, I reckon the bourbon gives it a strength of ABV that may not be initially in the ABV, but you feel it in the taste and in the aroma that comes off it, and it really bursts forward. And even though, yes, 11.2 it may be, but it gives you more than that. You'll know that when you drink a certain beer, and a certain beer wallops you, which is 5%. No, sorry, a certain beer wallops you at 4%, and another one at 8% doesn't wallop you, and you're like, why is that? And this is one of them times. So I'm going to take a photo of it off camera to share to the channels that you can't share beer reviews to. But yeah, really enjoyed this. It's a very different beast to the Belgian quad. The Belgian quad was Literally a stunning beer. But this, with that turkey barrel, wild turkey bourbon, who I will tag in, you've got a bourbon beer with a Belgian kick to the side. Absolutely stunning. It's not quite an imperial stout. It's not quite a barley wine. It's something different. And now that is craft brewing. You tell me if it isn't. That is what epitomizes craft breweries. You know, you call yourself a craft brewery, modern craft brewery. That epitomizes it for me. And I've been good. I don't think I've swore for that. Don't think I have. I can't remember anyway. Yeah, I had a drink. Can't remember. But yeah, amazing. Would I drink it again? I would love this on keg at some stage, if it was on keg. Hopefully places like the Pottle at Beeston will have it on keg. Or maybe this rumoured new place that's happening in Nottingham may have it. But we'll see. Out of 5 for me, all day long, a good 4.65. Yes. Wow. A stunner. 26 minutes. To apologise for taking so much of your time. This is a Raggy Beer review and a half. You know, if you haven't tried Bang the Elephant beers, go to their bloody website. Buy the beers directly from them if you live nationally. You used to be able to get them from Optimism. We know what happened there. Brew Cavern is another national place to buy the beers. Great shop. And other than that, if you live East Midlands, I would massively say that Adventure Beer is your place. Primarily for the free delivery as well. But yeah, stunning beer, stunning people. That's a Raggy review. Cheers all. And that beer review channel as well. Never did get that one in.